Okay, is that right? Yeah. All right, let's do it. So if you're following along with this, which chances are you probably are, I gotta keep my head like out of the way so I can cut it from the final if I decide to do that. I wonder how hard that's gonna be if I try it. Anyways, yeah. All right. So, yeah, SDRtrunk, right? That's the first thing I would start with if I was a hooligan looking to decode the police. Why do you need to decode the police anyways? Are you some kind of criminal? If so, good. I kid. It's actually a crime to listen to police scanners if you are committing a crime. Just so you know. Anyways, under releases, I gotta show you something. Boy, my sinuses are going awesome today. Like every day. All right, so version 061, probably fine. I don't know. I don't use it. I actually use the nightly build that contains a beta version. Or no, wow, 3 days ago. What the fuck? Interesting. Well, I guess the guy's still working on it. That's cool. But where's the fucking beta version that I have? I run all my shit on a very specific version because, well, it's it works, and I don't like dealing with stuff that doesn't work. So I'm gonna tentatively suggest that you use the nightly builds. They tend to be very stable, so why not, right? Let's create a new folder, downloads, and save it there. Now, the other thing you gotta do is go back to the main site on GitHub and scroll down and read. I know, reading sucks, right? But you gotta do it. Wow, he doesn't actually have the instructions anymore. That sucks. Let's see. Something asset. He's not going to tell you about the drivers you need and shit? Alright, well, I guess I will. Okay, so here we go. We're going to use the drivers that are actually in. What's up? 3 people that are viewing. Wow, you guys are nuts. We're gonna use the drivers that are in my video, like, I don't know what you even call it at this point. My video live streams. So the drivers that are actually in. Why is it doing this? What's up? 3 people. That's not bad lag. It's actually really good. Oops. We want this.
I copy your address.
Alright, so. Why does it have a strike through? That was crazy. I guess it's just this. The ZA dig. Alright, well, whatever. I thought it was missing a lot more. Since it's not, that's good news, right? Actually, can you see this window that I have open? You can't even see it. Good Lord Almighty. I gotta add one more Chrome window. And we'll capture the audio from that, considering this audio. Looks like it's working just fine. And now that I think about it, you kind of have to have audio to demo this when it's finished, so might as well, right? All right, so I'm getting off track here. So we just downloaded the. We can actually leave that off the screen for now. Oh, wrong one. Oh shit, that's why. Yeah, we'll put that behind there. All right. So, anyways, we downloaded. Whatever. You don't really need instructions, right? Because you're watching this, and these are the good instructions right here. One thing I will say, if I'm pretty sure you need Java. That's one thing that is kind of important to download. And I don't think he actually articulates that well anywhere. And we gotta see. He doesn't articulate that bullshit well at all. I'm gonna actually, I wonder if I can uninstall Java from this machine. This should be a clean install. So let's see what happens, all right? Here we go. I have an SDR, rtl-sdr, one of the new elects. Same ones that I use in the first video. I'm gonna plug this in. I need to have an antenna though. I hear it's bad. These don't transmit, so it shouldn't be that bad, but still. Here, you know what? I have a bunch of them back here. 1 second. Alright, there's one up here. There's been Jeopardy music on while I find it. Instead, do you? I'm gonna turn the video off for 1 second. Okay, so I am back. Alright, here's the deal. I'm gonna be using this antenna that I found. It's actually tuned for, looks like 4G LTE. Whatever. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, right? Pull this together, and then you look for. Yeah, I don't have any way to do it, so whatever. You know, enough's enough. I'm just gonna share the screen. We're not gonna worry about things. We're gonna get rid of that. And is that visible? Oh fuck, who cares? That's it. Just I'm seeing things. Alright, 1 second, it's gonna go black for a minute. With me. That's perfect. Okay. Display left. Yeah, I guess that's it. Maybe I should turn that off for a second. This is, by the way, why you edit videos, because otherwise it's total chaos and insanity. I'm going to pull up a chat window too, so you guys can actually be talking to somebody instead of not the way I have it set up currently. Sign into chat. What browser is this, for God's sake? If you couldn't tell, I maybe didn't plan for this all that well. It might just be a little bit be talking to somebody, but I didn't. Anyways, Mr. Rob, how is it going tonight? Now I can finally interact. Let's do this. So we're on P25, we got our downloads. I still love 7-zip. I mean, whatever, they had a pretty big security issue recently. But just make sure you're using the latest version and you're good. No problem. Everything has security vulnerabilities. Who gives a shit? As long as you don't unpack 7-zip or zip files from weirdos or people that you don't know, you're probably going to be good. I'm noticing that you can't see my screen because I'm an idiot. Display on the left is what you need to see. And there we go. I have 2 of these up. Sorry about the distraction shit. Okay, sweet. Another driver that you might need is a ZA-dig. Now, personally, I don't need it for this installation kind of demo, but I'm going to act exactly like I would be installing this with 2 dongles or more. You could probably actually activate. I don't think there is a cap for as many dongles as you can activate for this stuff, so it's always good to grab everything you might need. But anyways, these are the 2 bits of software that I talk about in the videos. The videos obviously being these videos here. Make sure it's muted yet again. Yeah, muted. Nice. It's I'm just gonna triple check here. SDRtrunk. The reason you'll see why I'm triple checking stuff for software, because even though I am, when we get into this, SDRtrunk 6.1 beta, yeah, he took that down. Interesting. Like RadioReference Premium, mine's not actually active right now, but I think I can score some LTC in a second. I'll actually show you how to buy LTC if you want, because I'm gonna have to do it. But ZA-dig, yeah, that's all it supposedly needs, but trust me, it needs more. All right, that's about all we need out of this window. And yeah, the beta version that I used to have up is gone. Oh well, we got the nightly build. We're good in that regard. And so let's go into it. All right, so if you weren't paying attention, did I close the window already? Apparently I did. Anyways, when it extracted this right here, it extracted it to this folder. There's a bin, a conf, and legal library folder. Under comp, I don't think we're going to change anything. So yeah, I think we just go right into the binary. But first, we're going to plug in the SDR or rtl-sdr. Now, something to note about this is with however your rtl-sdr comes, hopefully you get the version 5, which is it makes a difference. When you first plug it in, you should see it in the device manager. If you kind of forgotten how to get the device manager or are thinking you're gonna break your computer or some garbage like that, trust me, you will not break your computer. There's next to no way to break your computer physically, and even software configuration wise, chances are you're not gonna break anything. That said, hit the Windows X on your keyboard. That's the Windows button that looks like a Windows, and then X. It'll bring up this little mini menu that says installed apps, power options, event viewer, device manager is what we want. What else? How else can we get into this stupid thing? I think DEV NG. Does that work? Oh yeah, that's slick. So let's see if I can bring it up here. Nope. I can certainly put it right here, and hopefully it's big enough that you can see what I'm doing. I can actually put it right here. I know you can see it. So DEV MGMT.MSC. That's the old schooler way of launching device manager. All it is just going into control panel and launching the actual device manager from control panel. Any way you do it, any way you cut it, boom, you are in device manager. You don't have to do anything in device manager at the moment, but you do need to pick up your dongle and plug it in to your machine. This one luckily has a antenna that is able to be moved around. And yeah, here we go. Come on. All right. Other devices. Yeah, love it when that happens. Looks perfect. I'm gonna let Windows take a minute to think about this and really be sure that it wants to fuck me over on the drivers here, because that would suck. Although maybe it says this everywhere. I actually don't know. So, just for realism, I purposely am doing this, not practicing, just so that you guys can see where, you might have little goof ups and hiccups along the way. I'm having them too. Um, and that's kind of the deal. That's why I do these long form videos. So yeah, fuck. I guess that's what we're supposed to deal with, this goddamn bulk-in device. What does that even mean? Although, it could be enough, right? Let's just try update drivers just on the off chance that Windows Update might find something. You never know, right? Let's see. Don't steal my email address, fam. Obviously, I'm gonna probably fast forward this. Damn, 8 people. What? Oh, everybody failed. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything interesting here, so driver updates. 2382. Shit, what is that? 2832. Man, I do not remember if that's it. 2832U. I don't think it is. Oh, fuck, it is. Damn it. Alright, well, then I guess I gotta do it, right? I mean, it'd be crazy not to, wouldn't it? Or would it? Oh, of course it wants me to reboot. Why wouldn't it? As if I can't just pull the USB out and put it back in. And that's the equivalent of rebooting. Yeah, is it okay on this? Let's see if this actually updates while Windows is updating. This goes to show you that, like, literally, you actually can get. Look at that, it fixed it, I think. Amazing. It's a miracle. Windows Update actually did something good. So, let's see. It took the streaming media and broadcast device, the Realtek 2832U, and it put it somewhere. And I have no idea where. Let's just hunt through every single goddamn thing. Wait, is that it? Nope, that's my sound card that I never use. Well, where the hell is this goddamn thing? Uh-huh. Well, here it is. Under sound, video, and game controllers. I guess that makes sense, right? Who knows? Who cares? It works. Although I do want to see, what did it actually install for a driver? It actually installed the Realtek driver. Cool. Well, I mean, we'll see if this helps or hurts us in the end. But again, the way I got this driver to install was not by having a CD or USB or a floppy disk or any of that bullshit. I just clicked update driver and the search automatically for drivers, and then search on Windows Update, which everybody has tried a billion times and never gotten anywhere. Surprise, it works for this. And yeah, it even kind of surprised me a little bit. I don't remember that actually working in the past. Okay, well, now we have our drivers set for SDRtrunk. And in theory, we should be able to just run this. But we're going to take a quick look at SDRtrunk.bat. The reason we're going to do that is to waste time. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to look at it to see if it's useful or not. So, looking through, these runs are not being run. It's just notes. If the OS is NT, whatever. Add default JVM options here. Ah, interesting. Now, again, I don't know if I actually have a Java JRE or JVM or anything installed on this machine. I don't really use this machine for this kind of stuff, if I'm being blunt. I put that to other stuff. Use this one pretty specifically for video editing, and that's kind of it. But I'm breaking my rules. Alright, well, it kind of looks like maybe this is a little more comprehensive. I'm going to run it as an admin, because why would I choose anything else other than to run an unknown script? Looks like I closed that admin. Oh no, there it is. Why wouldn't I take every opportunity to run untrusted code in my machine without fully reading it, which I totally didn't read everything, but whatever. Right? It's gotta work, right? What the fuck? Oh, okay. There we go. It says unable to start tuner for some reason. That was kind of weird. But here's the windows that pop up almost immediately after. Now that looks a lot like Java to me. I don't know if you guys are up to what Java looks like because your level of geekness or not, but apparently I had Java installed. If you don't, just grab Java JDK or Java JRE from Oracle and you're good to go. It's free and you're fine. Let's see, can't open USB tuner. That's fine. No big deal there. Yet, it could turn into a problem. Oh, look at this. libUSB error not supported. It does not like the driver that Windows went and got for us. The reason is probably because Windows got a total bullshit driver from God knows where. So, okay, well, that's not the best news ever. And it literally is saying, no, I will not work for you. I just won't. I'm going to tell you something right now. This is where things like ZADig come in. Now, this is being really nasty to me. It's actually crashing, it looks like. Huh. Haven't had to do that before. It wants me to perform the CPU calibration. In almost any other scenario, I would do it. If you have a driver error like I'm having right now, click cancel. And then either disable or enable if you can. But if it's just kind of hanging the way this is, just force close the bitch because it's never going to go anywhere other than driving you insane. So if this doesn't work, okay, it gets 2 tries to work properly, and then we bust out. Task Manager and just untask it. It's under S for SDRtrunk. It's gotta be around here somewhere. It's probably SE instead of SE. And hilariously, it's not there either. Oh, it's under OpenJDK platform binary. Duh, would have done that. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, app. We'll see you later. I could have also just hit Control C right here, like that, and that would have done it too. Alright, so here we go. Now, what do? We're just totally fucked, right? No, we're not. We're doing fine. You're doing great, sweetie. All you gotta do, honestly, is go back to the downloads folder. Remember ZADig from before? We're gonna install it. Because ZADig is I'm sure you can check for updates. But ZADig, uh-oh, I can't find it. No, that's interesting. Alright, we gotta find NESTR Smart version 5. This is our little dongle. Now, it's not little, okay? And it doesn't matter how small it is, it's how we use it. Anyways, we're going to install. I mean, I like WinUSB personally. So, boom, replace driver. Just go with it. No new version of ZADig file. Okay, that I can deal with. Installing driver. Oh, let's open up. What the fuck is it? Maybe I closed it. Device manager. Watch it doing things in real time. Software. So it's gone from there. Where is it? I don't know. I don't know what it gets called later. We'll find out. Maybe it's an audio input now. Who knows? Who knows? LOL. Okay, cool. Well, it says it installed it. I appreciate it's oh, there it is. It's under Universal Serial Bus Devices now. And it is called something more accurate. SDR Smart version 5. Seems to be working ish. Now, something to note in ZADIG or ZADIG, or I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm no German. I have no idea if this is German software or not. So usually I think you can change this. Not that I want to really change that right now. Huh. I thought you could change it here. Maybe that might be what it needs to have is the WCID driver. I actually don't recall, but just don't be afraid to experiment with it. You can even do stuff like this. Version 5, and we'll do dongle 1. And then we're gonna have to reinstall the driver, obviously, but let's do that. And the driver should now change. It'll probably remove for a minute, and it will come back. But now it'll say dongle-1. The reason that's important is when we get into the decoding software, if you're running 2 dongles, which I'm really tempted to go grab another one. I think I have an old version. Somewhere. I'm kind of looking for that out of the corner of my eye while I'm talking, but essentially, renaming the dongles will help separating which one is going to which, especially if you have different antenna setups and shit. You definitely would like to probably have it named something else. Now, I am noticing that it doesn't say what I edited it to, which is kind of annoying. At least not right there. Maybe it takes a reboot for that to happen. Yeah, it just needs a reboot. Let me just click this real quick to rescan. And yeah, it seems to have just given me the big middle finger. Not too big of a problem yet. We'll worry about that later, I guess. Weird. Wait, what did that say? Oops. Okay, so here's a better way of looking at Device Manager. If you've never gone to View in Device Manager, you're missing out. I didn't even know this existed for the longest time. Alright, so let's see. What do we find here? We'll do it based on container, but driver is probably what we're going to find it. It should be win something or other. Actually, so one way I know I can do this to make it show up easier, here it is. It's so bizarre that it doesn't say the extra shit I just put on it. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's in the device description. Got it. Well, that's not exactly the best. I didn't think it was going to do that, but whatever. Whatever, fam. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I want to check one other thing. This WCID driver isn't good to do it with, but let's not fuck with that yet. Let's close this out. We can leave this open, not a problem. We're gonna go back to our command prompt. It is running as Windows Administrator. Again, it doesn't have to be probably, but it's best to do that, I would say. Now, you can see a little bit something different happening here. Not only did it not say, "Oh, good God, I can't load anything. Oh, I'm dying," but it actually, it did say things like "hot plug is not supported," whatever. Who cares, man? But it did discover the tuner. It discovered libUSB. Hey, these are all good things. It discovered that the tuner is even on a port in a tuner class, and good Lord, it did everything it needed to do. Imagine that. The craziest part about all this that I'm showing you right now, I've had it work perfectly fine out of the box, not needing ZADIG or ZODIG ever. I've never needed it in certain cases, but this time I did. So always download it just in case, because you never know when you're going to need it. Anyways, perform CPU calibration. Now, I'm going to click calibrate right now. Opens up a secondary window, and the defaults are already checked because it's already calibrating. It doesn't give you a chance to double check things and then click calibrate. No, it starts right away. It will peg your CPU up to around 80-ish, so get ready for that. And it does 22 separate calibrations. Now, these are super important, and it's probably gonna fuck mine up a little bit because I'm using the wrong type of antenna, though I suspect the antenna that I'm using actually should, in theory, still pick up 700 megahertz. It's tuned for 2.4. That doesn't mean that's all it can pick up. It's ideal for 2.4. So this is definitely a part of this video that I'm going to be cutting, editing out. Maybe I'll just do like 1,000 speed and make it go real fast. But this is a dog. This takes forever. So I'm debating putting on like copyright free music, maybe just letting this roll. But this takes fucking forever. It's only on 1 of 22. It still hasn't gotten past 1. So I guess the thing to remember when you get to this phase, the CPU calibration, go get yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of vodka, a cup of morphine. Mix those all together as long as you have a prescription, because you don't want to do anything illegal, especially coffee and morphine. But yeah, anyways, these are all jokes. Clearly, mix all that stuff together, have yourself a nice drink, and then you'll still be waiting. But what am I supposed to do about that? Probably gonna cut that out too. Anyways, I want to keep this like PG-ish as I can. Not trying to be a jackass in front of kids. You know what I mean? There's already enough asshole YouTubers in front of kids. Right. Desktop audio. I don't think we need that lit unless I'm gonna play this music. Let's see if YouTube has anything usable. What is YouTube doing that's usable? Look at this. YouTube music. Apparently I have access to this somehow. Now I know for sure this is copyrighted. Actually, all this is copyrighted. Why does it seem to be... Oh, whatever, who cares? Explore. My mood is copyright free. I don't think they have a library like that. You know what? I guess it doesn't matter too much. Beck's Colors album pretty much rules. I think Beck's people come after you pretty hard though. I mean, here, let me try one more thing real quick before this. Copyright free. Copyright free. But ironically, I have no way to tell what this sounds like. Sorry if I just blasted you out there. I have to actually load the stream on one of my view thingies, aka a phone, and listen. Let's see what it sounds like. Ironically, it looks like never mind. I did blast you guys out, sorry. This is some garbage music. Fuck that. Let's try this. This will be loud too. Ugh. The world of copyright music.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
Why is that acting?
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on.
No, you go away. Ugh. Good lord. This has a chance of being somewhat less garbage. I want to know why this isn't calibrated still. It's supposed to be. Now we're gonna keep that real nice and low. Alright. I mean, the thing's gone from what I can tell. I guess I can click OK. That's weird. Let's try going back into that if yours ever stopped like mine just did. What is happening? I've never had to do this before. I'm just wondering if that window's hiding somewhere, as seems to happen frequently with Java. Yeah, I use the word stuff instead of shit, because Java is honestly shit. A travesty. So there's not even a thing open there. A secondary window. What the hell's happening with this? Alright, we're gonna close this out. Control C will close it out quicker. Actually, alright, sure. Take all the time you need. Yeah, sure. Luckily, if it fails calibrations, it will ask you again. Never click this do not show again. Always let it do that if it has to. Go back up for a second, scroll back up to where I hit Control C. Read these real quick. Looks like this is about where I clicked calibrate. Says starting main wait, oscillator warm up. Application shutdown started, but that was at 55, which is, that's when I shut it down. So, no, it doesn't tell me why it decided to fuck up, it just did. I'm gonna enter a few times here, doesn't do a thing, calibrate. And, yeah. Still, no secondary window popping up like it used to be. Though it is actually calibrating now, like it should have. Maybe I'm just remembering a different window being up when there actually never was one, a third window. But this is actually going a lot faster than what I would have expected it to be done with at least one calibration by now, and it wasn't. So it was getting hung on something. With what? I don't know. cruising along pretty well now, so that's good. Happy with that. Yeah, again, like I said, name of the game is grabbing ZA big, because without that, would have been dumped water. Like fighting with a freaking driver issue all night would have sucked. Sweet. Actually, yeah, it's only at 5. So, got quite a ways to go. Play around with this for a minute. You know, we can play with this while it's pounding. It's probably not the best idea to do that, but whatever. I seem to make a lot of great decisions like that, but never blow up in their face. Ever. Okay. Look. I swore I put the frequency addresses in these videos. Apparently not. By the time I actually figure out what the hell I'm looking for, it's gonna be done. I mean, the info's everywhere, right? But foolish person. Like what though? On this video, when it gets uploaded, all that stuff definitely will be in it because, well, this is the thing that makes sense to have it in this kind of videos. So, eyeballs switching 771 681 125. Isn't that interesting? It's so close. 771 6 8 I don't know if it actually tuned to it or not. Let's disable it and enable it. I don't see anything. Let me grab a different antenna that I know will work. Okay, I have a antenna. I know it should work. See, just an antenna. See it? You don't see that well, but look, it's an antenna. Anyways, it has the other end to it. I'm going to perform open heart surgery and hope that I do not push the... yeah, it's only halfway, so whatever. I'm going to unscrew the current antenna, which is a big no-no, actually. You're not supposed to do that, I think. Again, I'm not even 100% sure that this is a problem on receive only devices. I think you want to be really sure about if you do anything stupid like this. So that you hold on tight to the USB dongle so that it does not move. Otherwise, it will likely lose contact with the USB plug, I guess you would call it. And 1 split second is enough for it to really screw it up. So just keep that in mind. Here we go. I noticed that it made 0 difference from having it connected to now. I'm connecting it to the signal. We're going to highlight this back now. We're going to leave the nice little dongle alone. Okay. Why is that signal looking? Okay, that scared me. Let's try that one more time, but this time actually screwing it on instead of thinking we're screwing it on. And moving away. Okay, that is 3 times I've touched that, and it hasn't died. A miracle. Alright, I'm gonna put this in front of right in front of me. I could use some gaffer's tape, or painter's tape is better. Won't leave any residue. But I don't really need that. So here's where we are. Alright, so 77168. 1250. So this ppm adjustment, let's try to make that. Let me just cut that. Copy it. Or just remove the 23 3 is 0. There we go. So the middle should be I'm confused as to why I mean, it should be like right around here. It's not. I'm guessing this is it. PPM had us moved over like what was it? 3 something, 3 2 something, 3 2 3. Hold on a second. Just kind of decalibrate, calibrate, recalibrate itself. These are all technical terms that I'm using. Sorry for too crazy technical. But last year it's kind of. Change this to automatic. We should have on the whole time. Or not. I would actually use automatic in production. PPM is not adjusting. A little bit strange, but it could be because the CPU calibrations are still taking place. And, yeah. I honestly probably shouldn't talk about the sample rates or really anything else, because I don't know what these are doing. But, you know, I'm one of those people that doesn't listen to logic and reason. Alright. This screen up as well. $17.22, not too bad. Too shabby. Back up on the regular channel of the chat. What's up? People watching? Maybe two. Anyways, yeah, this is the long form, as I kind of tried to warn. But it is actually what I'm doing to configure SDRtrunk right now. Alright, we're at 19 to 22. I think the next two after this should be nice and quick. This is if you keep the terminal command prompt open while you have SDRtrunk running, you can see all the debug information like this. It's 100% necessary in my opinion. If you're not all about seeing all this craziness, I get it. Like, it can be overwhelming if you don't know what it is. Just to be clear, I have zero idea what half of this stuff means, but I do know enough that when I see some errors, I can generally say, oh, that's maybe of interest, since it just errored out on me. Let's see if that's something I can maybe type into Google and get an answer. For TLDR, it's useful stuff to have, even if you don't look at it often. Complex mixer warm-up. 2 more after this, we're good. Though, something really important that I think I did not highlight enough. Maybe I should just wait for the CPU thing to finish up, but yeah, I'll just do that since we're on 21. I'm gonna turn this garbage music off. I actually can't tell if it's good or not, but generally anything that has a free price tag on it, well, it has that free price tag for a reason. Get rid of that too, get rid of that and that. Alright. So, 22 of 22. Window warm up. Sure. Whatever you say, fam. 0 calibrations to perform. Finally, we are done. It says restart the application to use these new settings. Oh, but yes, we will. Hit OK. Close. And it closes out. Nice and clean. I'm just going to hit the up arrow twice, apparently. And use the bat file again. Bat file has not been letting me down. So why would it now? Right? Alrighty. Now, the unfortunate and hard part. Let's see. Frequency, yeah, reset that crap. How about even just disable and enable? Which again, you can actually see, follow along here, disabling, re-enabling, sample rates, all that good stuff. I always thought the sample rate of these guys was at 2.4, almost exactly. But apparently this one has a little bit bigger of a sample rate. I don't know if that's normal for that to happen or not, but whatever. So, On to the next part. Now, this is a part of the video that I'm going to make for privacy people and people that just don't want to give their credit card number out to any old rinky-dink organization, especially one like RadioReference. That's kind of a joke, or an inside joke, I guess. But I do want to point something out. Look, I mean, here, it's a very easy exercise. This antenna that I'm holding, maybe I should make my window a little bit bigger just for this demo. There we go. Alright. So, give me a second. Oh no, it is over here. Alright, so you can see the waterfall graph, or if you can't, well, you do, but you just don't realize that this is what they call a waterfall graph. It's a fancy way of saying all of the channel peaks and valleys that you see up here. It's recording in a color form that's also like a longer running thing, so you can see little glitches and stuff like that up to a certain period in time. You can slow it down, speed it up, shut it off, you can do whatever the fuck you want. My use of it right now is going to be to show you that if I take the bottom of this, which is just a extender really, to allow any antenna that has this kind of connector at it, what can you see? Well, a lot more than I thought you could. But apparently, fuck, man, I had no idea that was going to actually. Oh, that's not going to work either. Well, okay. What the fuck is this? This is the most bizarre thing ever. I would have never expected this cord to be picking up as much as it did. And you know what? We've already done the CPU calibration, so I'm not as worried about this. I'm actually going to unplug this from the dongle and hope that I don't, disconnect it. But I think I did. Yeah, disconnected. All it takes is one little fuck up. But so since I disconnected it, here's what I did. I pulled this off, and now I'm going to put this other antenna back on. This antenna is specifically calibrated to 2.5 gigahertz or Wi-Fi. I'm going to plug this back in, and luckily SDRtrunk is very forgiving on fuck-ups like that. You can hit disable usually, although it doesn't seem like you can anymore. Whoops. If it doesn't recognize me hitting disable in another 5 or so seconds, I'm just going to bail out and restart the software. But I can almost guarantee it's working perfectly fine. It's just, well, it's a nightly build, so there's little glitches. I think this might be a little glitch that needs to get fixed. Yeah, so it's not working. Control C on the, are you going to work? All right, now enable. Oh, snap. All right. So it's a really kind of hacky way of doing that. In fact, it's kind of almost too hacky. Like I don't feel wonderful about it being a teacher in this regard because yeah, I don't think you guys have any idea what I just did. And I did something really kind of weird that probably wouldn't normally work in the real world. Anyways, I'll try and explain it, and then I'm gonna do it the real way because I can't do it that way and feel good about it. What I did is hit Control C in this window. What that did is it sent a break signal, or what's called a break signal. Whenever you hit Control C, that's called a break. It hit a break signal to SDRtrunk, but it only bailed out or broke a tree of code instead of the entire program. I'm looking for where that happened. I think it might be right here. In fact, what I'm going to guess happened is it tried to unfuck itself right here, got stuck, and when I hit Control C, it then disabled it and stopped it. And then I pulled it up and showed you that I was attaching a different antenna. And then, you know, it worked. When I hit re-enable or enable, it worked. That is such a rare occurrence that you can hit Control C on a piece of software like this that I don't think it's a fair thing to show you guys. So normally what would happen is this, and all I'm doing is hitting Control C a bunch of times so that it definitely dials out of it, because I don't know what implications there are to just closing out like a tree of code instead of the whole thing. It seems really janky. So yeah, is it worse to close out everything? Probably. But I don't like getting lucky with stuff like that when I'm showing people that are possibly new to stuff uh, things. So, anyways, where were we before that? We were at a place where I had just taken off this actually extremely professional antenna. This is the new the rattlesnake pack that I kind of am showing in the description down below. Uh, it's pretty cheap. It's like 20 bucks or whatever, and you get 3 badass antennas. This is one of them. I connected up an antenna that's specifically designed for like 2.4 gigahertz, and of course it's not gonna let me go up there even, but whatever. Oh my god, dude. Yes, I know I made a mistake. Anyways, it's specifically made for being up in like 2.4 gigahertz area, not down in 700. And because of that, it's not picking anything up anywhere. I don't even think it'll pick anything up. I don't even think it'll pick anything up if we were to go down kind of quickly. You know, all right, let's think about this. Harmonic of 2.4 gigahertz. Nah, I'm not going to confuse you guys with that bullshit. What am I thinking? Anyways, safe to say, if we take this goddamn thing out and make it a 0 and make it 7, I think we're at 7, oh, whatever. We'll just do it 773 for right now. I know that's not the right frequency, but we're going to leave it there for a minute. In the 700s is where we're at. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to take the antenna off again, and you're going to see if I fuck up enough and it disconnects. Again, disconnecting an antenna from an active USB connection, like I just did. This one's for 2.4 gigahertz, remember, for Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all that bullshit. And then attempting to reinstall a different connection is incredibly, like, dangerous is one word, especially if it's a transmitter. Yep, I just fucked it up. Oh, it saved itself. It was within enough time that the buffer was able to. So, if you really want to know what happens with USB, it will detect a disconnection because occasionally there's glitches in power. Nope, too long. Pulling it completely and doing it the right way. So occasionally there's little glitches in power on your computer system. And the reason that you saw it go and then go back is because it sends a bunch of what they call retries, and it only does it for a few seconds tops, maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Sometimes it's milliseconds, but it does that, and sometimes you get lucky, and that it works. So now that I know that this thing disconnected, there's 2 ways we can fix this. We can hit disable here, and if it works, great, it worked. And so now I actually will feel good about taking this, plugging it back into USB, giving it a second to make sure the drivers are loaded and everything. If you're ever unsure if the drivers are loaded, you can just come over here, make sure that that's loaded. And now I can hit enable. And if you do that, take a look over here, make sure that it's working. and then show, and now you can see a bunch of fucking noise everywhere. Why it's not readjusting itself? Kind of a weird thought to me, but whatever. Pretty sure it was 32.3, but I'm not positive. Usually this should adjust by itself. But I'm gonna hit manual on this because it's got way too much noise. 13. I like using 262 and 242. Those are pretty solid. They're pretty solid. And then we can use. Let's see. Why is it not letting? What is that? Like a master for everything? Weird. I've never seen that before. That's way too high. 420. Yeah. 420. Weird. I guess we gotta go to manual and leave it the way I had it. So 13, 248. It was either 248. No, I think it was 262. And then it's always a little bit higher down here. 278 maybe. That's enough that it has a little bit of background noise, but you can distinctly see the data channels. Let's try bringing this down to 771. At least I think that's where it was. Maybe it was 731. Okay, so these are actually not police stuff, and they're massively wideband too. But something I want you to notice is look at how exact each of these frequencies are away from each other. That's the sign that you have stumbled across something called, I believe this is always code division multiplex, or CDMA. It may be time division multiplex as well. I think both of them look like this. But either way, CDMA or TDMA usually looks exactly like this. It's not always a guarantee. I mean, I don't know what the hell it is. It could be anything. But 731, let's see what that is. So in the video of part 2, I kind of promised with that we would listen to radios as well as fixing the P25 stuff and getting that good to go. At this point, it's working. The only thing I haven't done is the RadioReference subscription. So we're going to take a little bit of a detour here. We're going to go to Google. We're going to type in 731.08125 megahertz. And we're going to look and see, do we have, yes, of course, do exactly what I asked instead of nothing else. You can pull that out. You can make it a little less exact. 731 megahertz. And FCCID.io shouts to these guys that run a really great website. It's amazing. So we're just gonna look at 731 to 732 maybe, and that's it. And that is going to be kind of what I thought it was. Cellular modems, or cellular in general. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and very briskly move away from that frequency range because sadly, now I haven't committed a federal crime. I don't believe in just accidentally stumbling upon that. But if I were to try to decode it, which some people do, if I were to try to decode it, that's where you get into some trouble. So be aware that these little dongles, which I'm just going to pull hard, make it glitch. These little dongles here they're badass, but they're also no joke. You can get in some serious trouble with these fuckers. And it's maybe less hard to get in serious trouble with these specifically because they don't transmit. But, you know, all it takes is like doing one stupid thing, which leads to another, which leads to another, and then before you know it, you're really on the wrong side of the law with the federal government under the FCC, and that's not a good thing to be. So I thought it was 771, honest to God, for the frequencies, but apparently it wasn't. So give me a minute. I gotta actually double check what the frequency range was. This one should have it. Come on, where did I put it? Actually, I think it's in the setup video. If I'm not mistaken. Look for that. Okay. Wow, it's taking forever. Good lord, I don't even have it here. Hmm. We got it. Good lord, it took forever. So 771. Wow, wait, wasn't that what I was on? Now I'm getting really confused. Let's click this again. Oh yeah, I gotta plug it back in. Let's do that. Plugging it back in, you can see back here, it reignites, and then disable, enable. Voila-ish. Show. There we go. All right, so I actually am now curious where I was at, because 771 is exactly where I thought it was. I must have been on. Was I down at 751? Really? I guess I just don't recall being down there. Oh well, whatever. 771.0 dot no 68 681250. Close enough. This is probably our control channel frequency right here. You may be asking yourself at this point, well, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Why aren't you showing me anything interesting? And the answer to that is I am. I just haven't gotten there yet. Chill, fam. Okay, here's the part where the magic kind of happens, right? So you click playlist editor, which is what I clicked. I'm just gonna make this new. And we're just gonna save this instead of my already done stuff. We're gonna make it demo. We're gonna double click it or click select, I guess. Channels, all blank. Aliases, all blank. All of it's blank. Why would that be? Well, this is why. Because in RadioReference, we don't have an account, do we? So we got to get one. Let's take a look at where our options are. RadioReference.com or SDR. This is where the setup is. Cool. Well, guess what? That was unfindable before. Oh my god. They all just point back to his GitHub. Alright, well, then I'm just going to show you how it's done. Really simple stuff. We're going to go to RadioReference, databases. This is going to be the RR database, I believe. And We can even do search database, Maricopa, search. And this is going to be Maricopa County. We are on the RMS, or the RWC, my bad. The Regional Wireless Cooperative. Now, you actually can see all the frequencies and everything here. Like, they don't necessarily hide it from you. The thing is, they just don't let you, they don't let you import it to the software. And I think that's done. Although, wow, I don't actually know they gave you all this. No, they didn't. It's not. They don't give you anything. So what do we got to do? We got to create new accounts because we're certainly not. Oh, wait, is my account good? No, I'm going to show you this from sign up to finish. So username, we're going to use Linux, please. Radio rough. Pretty sure that should come through to me. Find out. What did you say, Gandhi? Are you forwarding emails? Survey says yes. I did set that up because I'm a smart boy. Alright, activate account. Sure. Wants us to set a password, but we're going to set a password of lol. Fuck you. One. What the fuck? Why did I not capture? Oh, there's no username. Please.live. That's probably why. Stop using it. All these fucking password managers, I swear. Let's add, sure. Add it again. I don't care. Alright, so in order to get to the databases, obviously, again, you have to upgrade. And so, yeah, you can use, if you're one of the people that are really sketchy about using anything with your credit card and stuff. Oh, did they take out LTC as an option? The fuck? Why'd they get rid of that? That was actually cool. They got rid of it. Wow, I'm totally not gonna, I'm not gonna, like, even suggest that you guys get this anymore. That is some horse shit. So here's the deal. Because they don't allow that, big bags. Let's turn this off for a second. Maybe that's blocking it. They fucking removed it. Goddamn. Fucked up, yo. Give me problems. I swear to God, they used to let you do LTC. Yeah, look at me. I'm the asshole that shows up when you search for it. Fuck that. That's bullshit. Oh, okay. This could be why. Maybe I did buy it from somewhere else. It's easily possible. It's not looking good. Is there anybody that's an obvious reseller? Scanner Master, maybe? Oh, I don't know. I doubt it's Scanner Master. Actually, Scanner Master, if I'm not mistaken. Never mind. I'll leave that alone. But, huh. Interesting. Might have been broadcast. Why? That's possible. Let's check. For God's sake. Really? Oh, goddamn idiots. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. I guess Phoenix Police. Live. I didn't actually make it. I'm sure people will try it though. Alright. Yeah, sure. That's what I want. Is broadcastify. Don't follow these instructions, by the way. Look at that. They still don't let you do it, even through broadcastify. PayPal? We ain't using PayPal ever. Use PayPal. What the fuck happened to it? Wow, I must have been like one of the last people to be able to use LTC. I swear to God. I don't even know how that happened, but it did. Jesus, what a bunch of assholes. Like, that makes no fucking sense. Let me just make sure these guys aren't resellers. Oh my God, these guys are never good at organizing. Okay, whatever. Goodbye. 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 Goddamn. Sorry, I gotta make this big. So these are the other options: is to mail it, you assholes, mail in a payment, complete this form, blah blah blah. But there's no fucking crypto options anymore. Apparently, that's some dog shit. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys the other way to stay anonymous on the internet. And yeah, this will probably seem a little bit like a shill, but to be honest, there ain't no other way to do this. This is nuts. LTC payment. I can't believe they removed it. That's fucking nuts. Hmm. Yes, show it with LTC, obviously. Like, stop being dumb. Yeah, okay. Here's a bunch of people asking about it. What the fuck? 2022, they're bitching about it using a third party and all this difficult shit. Are you kidding? How difficult is it to send? How difficult is it to set up? All right, whatever. I'm just gonna be bitching, but seriously, this is some grade 1 stuff. So, what the fuck, guys? Did you shut it down or not? This is obviously going to be a portion that gets edited out. So it looks like Broadcastify Premium is something different. The owner of RR RadioReference owns Broadcastify. And honestly, this is the reason that I want you guys to learn how to do this for yourself. And truthfully, maybe I'll be able to provide you with my own version of what Broadcastify is allowing. But I gotta say, this is nuts. The fact that they're not even allowing crypto payment anymore means that you have to basically expose your identity theoretically. But we're not going to do that. We're not schlubs. We're going to go take a look at the RR database again. Make sure we're logged in. Take one more look to make sure that there is no easy way to change our payment activity or whatever the fuck to. I feel like this is something fun to look at someday. To unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Let me just check and see. They did say third parties. Venmo or PayPal. No crypto. Yet again, on one of the third parties. Okay, we're done with this. Here is my little secret. I gotta take this window off the screen for a moment. But, safe to say, wow, I'm let down, but not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Really? Okay. I'm trying to make this like as little risk to me as possible because believe it or not, people will fuck with anything they can. This is such bullshit though. Wow, I'm so pissed. No, I don't care about it anymore. So upgrade, I'm only going to do the 15-day checkout with Visa. The reason I'm going to check out with Visa is because I have something called privacy.com. Creating card, adding a transaction limit of, what was that, $15? $16 is the transaction limit per year. Boom. I don't care if you guys see this credit card number, but I'm not going to do anything to obscure it because you can't use it. You're just not going to be able to use it. 732, even if you did use it on this radioreference.com, it's not going to help. You're not going to be able to use it. So, Dongs is my name. I am of Asian descent. I dare you to prove me otherwise. Pay with MasterCard. Done. Simple as that. You don't need to worry about anything else. And I'm just going to pause the card too. So, like, there's 8 different ways that you're not going to see it, right? So the referral link is here. I'm gonna put it in the description. As a matter of fact, let's do it right now. I would appreciate using this. It does help. You don't have to. Doesn't matter. But, yeah, this service kicks ass for one reason alone. The exact scenario we just dealt with on RadioReference. I thought it was a private site, Apparently not. Saving that. Went back to the channel and dumping it in chat. A good spammer. Cool. So anyways, payment successful. Go to your account. Now we are in our account. And I'm probably going to have to take that off the screen in a second. But for now, we're going to go back to the playlist editor. There it is. And I guess we just type in, although it's odd that it's grayed out. A little strange. I guess it's just poor choices in programming. Phoenix, please live. Test connection. That's okay. And we're good. That's it, right? So I'm actually going to go country, make it the United States. State for me, going to be Arizona. For you, it may be something completely different. Your mileage may vary. I am in Maricopa County. For trunk radio systems, our current thing that we're focusing on is I always get it screwed up. It is, yes, the Regional Wireless Cooperative. Now, on the actual PhoenixPolice.live production server in the back, I did a lot of customization to this kind of stuff, but we're gonna get set up in a way that you can get an idea of how to do anything. So instead of just reproducing what I have already, let's take a look at something like Chandler. We've never looked at Chandler before. So the first thing you need to do is click on which of these you want to look at, and we'll go through maybe a few of them. And then after that, you might want to go down here and click on control. I do control and alternatives because, well, hello, obvious reasons, the alternatives. Configurations, I leave just single right now. They have a reason to change it. Not at this moment, at least. There's no alias list, so we're going to click New Alias List. We'll bring up this window. We're going to make this alias list 1. And create channel configuration. It'll then bring you to this window. And now you can see you're getting there, right? We got all of our frequencies for the tuner in here. If you have more than one dongle, you can choose it to be the specific one that does the rotation and all that, but we don't really need to do that right now. We're going to ignore data calls for the moment. I'm not going to click any of the logging and turn it on because, well, don't need to. I'm curious what happens if we just double click this. Obviously click yes to save changes. Ah, yes, right. This is a part that they don't show you at the beginning, which they really should when they're doing the CPU calibration. Set up the JMBE library, question mark? Well, yes, because that's the only way we can hear anything. So, sadly, this is something that will get you. It's a gotcha. What we have to do is download it. So it's called the JMBE audio library. It says you can click create. I don't think you can, but let's try. Yes. Save it. I'll just do it in the regular location, sure. I wonder if it's already there from the previous install though. Let's double check that. Because I want it to look exactly, all this to be exactly the way you will see it. So many windows. Okay, is this in SDR? Yeah, you know what? This was already there. So here, I gotta take myself out of this for a second. And we gotta hit no, cancel. We're gonna do all this from ground up. I thought I had it cleaned up to where it was zero leftover stuff, but whoops, my bad. Those are also closed for you. Okay, so I am going to actually move AMBE to JB. Nope. And we're going to restart this guy. And so possibly my remark that, oh, it doesn't show you that you need this library until you go to try to do something cool, that might have actually been bullshit. I actually don't know now. I gotta think it doesn't, because I remember that being a problem, and I wanted to purposely run into that problem, which we did, but might as well go through all the settings since we're here. You don't really need to do much with this. I wouldn't recommend it, honestly, because as long as this works, as long as that works, that's really all you need to know that things are going good. I would not suggest Wave. It will eat up your hard drive real quick. We're not going to click reset all calibrations unless we want to go through all 20 of those calibrations from before. Even though I don't think this was using my previous, what the fuck was that? Oh, that was on my monitoring. Yeah, even though I don't think this was set from before, I didn't want there to be a chance. So updates available. Apparently it'll ask you to do that. Create library. It says blah blah blah. Yes, is the way to make it go forward. I didn't actually read that. I don't know what it said. It was probably nothing useful at all. Just being blunt. Like I don't care. Unless it said something like, hey, would you like to participate in our malware program where we install malware in your machine and then you become part of botnet? Please click yes if you'd like to. And then I did, and now I'm fucked. I don't know. Okay, to close this window. Cool. Might as well fix everything, right? So we're gonna make this your desired timestamp format. Directories, I'm gonna leave all default for now. This is an interesting one. Polyphase versus heterodyne. I don't know what the right answer is for this. I do know that typically I leave it on polyphase just because I am decoding more than 3 channels on the production scanner, but not necessarily right now. Also, we don't have a dual tuner. We only have one. So I kind of feel like maybe we should make this heterodyne. And then that dual tuner should technically go away. Let's see what happens. Gotta exit, restart. Okay. Just double check that setting at the bottom. Apparently you can do a dual tuner on both. Who knew? Alright, anyways, playlist editor. Go back to that. The playlist editor is where all the magic happens. Double click on our new demo one. Just make sure it's selected really. Click over one. You're going to see all of our stuff that we had set up before. Now we can click play and maybe it'll work. Though I would never know it. Let's see what we got going on in the logs. A lot of sync loss. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to work. I'm going to make this all the way up to 2000. Uncheck, 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 uncheck. Registration, ESM, and Motorola. This is only settings for Phoenix, by the way. Your area, maybe using Ericsson or whatever, it's up to you to figure that out. I don't see a whole lot going on here. It's probably because we haven't set up the channels yet. We did set up the control channels, which is great, but yeah, I don't feel like that did much. And why would it, right? So we're gonna turn that off for a minute. We already have the aliases, but we need the stuff to come through. Basically, this is where radio referencing comes in, where radio reference comes in. So we were going to do Chandler, or at least that's what I had picked. The new alias list, create channel configuration is where that was at. What? All right. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I guess I gotta click over here. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna do all talk groups because it does Avondale, Police, Buckeye, Chandler, and all that. Let's just keep it on alias 1 demo and import talk groups, which it did. Nice, that's better than what it was. And I would bet now we can go back over here. Aliases. Come on, it's better than cost per minimum. All right, cool. New alias. Sweet. And we can see which ones it's going to let us hear and not hear. Looks pretty good to me. Let's go back and hit play. And now, this control channel, even though it's saying unknown for some bizarre reason, honestly, it could be that I've dropped the antenna, which also I just unplugged it by accident. Go ahead and go over here to tuners, disable, replug the dongle back in. Once we know it's back in, and there it is, enable, right click. You always got to right click and show for it to come back. And that's actually pretty good. It should be solid. Not seeing anything but loss events, which usually means you're not in a great place. This is frequently caused by antenna placement. So I'm going to go ahead and very gingerly place this near a window. Try not to fuck this up again. Let's see if that works. Probably will. That is more near your window. And do we have anything? My Chandler is a little bit on the far side from where I'm at. So let's do a little bit with this. It's going to change this gain control to automatic. We're going to let it do its own thing. And just because I'm not actually sure what the hell's going on with this, in fact, I'm going to try that. Looks like nothing's coming up. It sucks. But not the end of the world. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back into SDRtrunk playlist and stop it. And then we're going to go over here we're going to create a new alias list that is called Copa. We're going to call this Phoenix PD demo 1. Then in the aliases window, sorry, RadioReference window, my bad. We're going to do, I think it's simulcast A, which is odd that it's actually kind of strange that none of the shit's showing up. Maybe it just doesn't by default. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try this again. Yeah, simulcast A is Phoenix PD. The reason I know that is, well, I've been doing this for a while. Configurations, Phoenix PD. That should be all we need to do. Create channel configuration. Yes, indeed, we want to save. We want you to stop because we don't know what the hell is going on there. This is where, like, making stuff different names helps quite a bit. All right, so we got the Phoenix channels in. These 4 right here are linked specifically to Phoenix PD. And the only thing I forgot to do is under Phoenix PD is bring these in. Oops. Phoenix PD, all talk groups, import. You will notice up at the top, by the way, it says set all encrypted talk groups to muted. It's not a bad thing because if you don't, well, you're going to get a lot of bullshit in your speakers. So, okay, streaming. This tab, by the way, you do not need to worry about at all. The streaming tab. Why is this not focused, by the way? Yeah, a second, I gotta deal with the camera now. I'm gonna guess that went out of focus the second I moved away from it to plug the other thing in. Whatever, it's in focus now. Why is it off to the side? No, whatever. It's me who's off the side. No, it's definitely weird. It's a green screen, folks. It's green under there. Okay. So the streaming tab in SDRtrunk, you never have to worry about. You're just never gonna have to worry about it. Aliases, though, we got everything populated in here. That's good. Identifier, good. By the way, if you're wondering, when I say I did a lot of customization, well, let's show you a little bit. So, actually, all the icons, they fixed, but they weren't fixed when I used to have this. But yeah, it looks like it shows the icons for the most part, but you'll see the differences in a second. Anyways, so channels, I think we're good to go. So let's hit play. And now it should have unless I imported the wrong, it should start pretty soon. We'll see. It seems like it's not doing something. I wonder if I fucked something up. Are these all sync lossing? Usually when you have sync loss like that, it means that there's something else going on with your setup. doing this. Enable. Go. A lot of sync loss. Huh. Well, let's see what we can do to fix it. We need to leave it on LSM for sure. Whoa, hold on a second. 20? I don't think so. Or maybe. You fucking kidding me? That's an insane number. So we want to leave this at around 4 or 5. We're going to ignore data calls. What the hell? Oh, this is simulcast. Yeah, LSM's correct. For tuner rotation, I mean, I guess we can bump it up a little bit. It shouldn't make any difference. Save. Play. Oh, it did work. Alright. Weird. Yeah, there it is. Finally. So it should get a
Calling
signal.
Honorable at 1207 East Desert Drive.
Well, now. Okay, so what is one of the lessons you just learned from right in the last 10 to 30 seconds of video? If one setting is fucked, your entire thing will not work. I hate to scare you like that, but seriously, you're gonna have to tinker. You're gonna have to tinker some in order to get this correct. I'm giving you all the cheat codes right now, but there's gonna be some that I'm not addressing because I'm either forgetting it or whatever. Hit me up though. I mean, I leave my email out there, I leave my Twitter, I leave everything out there so you guys can find me and ask me stuff. But yeah, the maximum amount of traffic channels that you want to be decoding with at least one dongle is 4. I mean, that's like the most. The one that the production server runs is closer to 10, but I also have 2 dongles stacked, and that's different. That's like a lot. They're like, think of them like CPU chips, right? The more dongles you have, the more traffic you can process. But if you don't have enough hardware juice behind you, of course you can't do that much. So yeah, that would be the reason that this didn't work. I wonder if all the rest of them are set like that too, and they are. So I wonder if that's the only problem for this. Let's change that to 4. I said let's change that to 4. Okay, apparently I have to click a bunch of times to make it 4. Save. Yes, that's exactly what I just said. Save. Let's change this back down to 4. That's a really bizarre number for it to set it as the like default. Let's try this. Hey, look at that. It's working even for Chandler now. Wait for a Chandler call to come through. That was a data feed. We'll get a call coming through in a second. So notice it's not just sync loss anymore. Little secret here. All we care about is sync loss. Look at that. Next to nothing. Ooh. Perfect. A little quiet in the Chandler region. Although it is Chandler, so you know, not a lot of crime there. Except for downtown, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, it's probably pretty boring. We'll leave it on for a second, see if any calls come through, but if not, I'll actually stop filtering all this shit. Let's just pop it all back on so you can see the fun stuff. So if you look, there we go. Call.
Did you run down? Reference RCE, please response. VCU is going to respond to our things.
I copy VCV.
I'll be right back. Oh. I'll be right back. I want to, I gotta do something real quick, but I'll let you listen to the calls for a second and watch the scrolling.
Engine 273 alarm. One rescue code 2.
Special call medic 273. KDEC 7. Fall injury. 3320 South Price Road. Medic 273. KDEC 7.
Twenty two eighty four. Copy.
Five. North Meadow Art Goal. Medic 289. KDEC. KDEC 8.
Alright, I think you guys generally get the idea there. And so, what we're going to do is, I don't know why I can't turn down this channel. It's really annoying. But I can't turn down the audio. I don't think there's any way for me to do it in here either. I can just mute and that's it. So, alright, let's take a screenshot so that we can like review. Screenshot. Actually, ideally, I would take a screenshot when it's running a call. So let's let it run a call. Looks like it might be coming through. So, all right, let's encrypted only. Unfortunately, I don't like wearing headphones during these, so I gotta watch my meters to see if anything's running because I won't wear headphones. Fuck, come on. I mean, alright, whatever. Chandler's pretty dead normally, so I mean, good for Chandler, honestly. If you don't have that much bullshit happening in your neighborhood, well, chances are things are going pretty well for you. Here's downtown Phoenix, which covers everywhere that I've showed you. But might as well pimp out the thing that I built recently. This works exclusively in Google Earth, but also on Google Maps. I think you could.
Calling a 647 201 East Portland Street.
Oh, come on. It's running slow, so I can't capture the screen as good as I wanted to. Try this one more time. Well, I really wanted to get that last one. That was like a perfect example too. I know they'll talk again. Come. That's good. It's pretty quiet for 4 a.m. Honestly, that's what time it is right now, local time. There, baby, come on, come on. Encrypted. Both of these are encrypted. That's a car-to-car encryption, and the other one is an interesting one. I actually don't know what that is. PPD info. North and south. I don't know what that is. I think that might be an interconnect for different sides of the city, possibly. Not really looked into it. I'm just waiting for a regular ass call to come through. That's all I need. One call. Come on. 51st Avenue has to be like lit up. It's always lit up. Meaning everybody's getting stabbed at this time. And basically all day, every day. 51st. Come on, guys. Come on. Another.
511 Mary, this is 37, 201 East Portland Street, and 492.
John, we'll be returning to the original now.
So something to notice on these, and I'll just pull it up right here. I'm actually going to mute the software for a minute. So on let's see, on the default kind of settings, the non Phoenix Police Live settings, I guess is the best way to say that. I gotta get rid of this chroma key. Sorry, it's gonna take a second. Oh. Alright, that's better-ish. I hate the hat bullshit. You know what? Just take this off. Who cares? Okay, here's the deal. Right. Let's do that. Right up here. You can see what's in the left channel, right? Like you can see PPD-400A. I'm on PPD 500A. Now, I'd like to ask you, the citizen of either Phoenix or any other metro, what the fuck does that mean? Nobody knows. Of course they don't know, because it would be crazy for everybody to know what 400A means and 500A means. But if you look it up, it's obviously not that hard to look up and figure out. And so what you'll notice on my channel, and like I'm only pointing this out because I know it's going to bug everybody that starts scanning. But if you look at the shit that I do, I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. And when a call finally comes through here, you're going to see what I'm talking about. I could probably just reverse and grab that call exactly. But it's safe to say, actually, I just can't see that. It's safe to say that it's much more intuitive and easy to read. It's of course not going to show any calls coming through, because why would it? I should have just had these like queued up to go as a demo, but dumbass like that. Alright, so here, I'm just going to rewind 1 minute. And you know what? No, I'm even just going to be a lazy motherfucker. I'm going to scrub. By the way, I want to point out, yeah, you absolutely can get this stuff on those apps like Broadcastify or whatever. And they're very similar to what I provide on YouTube, but there's a few really big differences. One of them is I make it so that you can go back in time, well, 5, 6, 12, 30 hours and listen to audio that happened that far ago. They charge you to do that on Broadcastify or any of those sites. So they're a little bit greedy. I'm doing this for free, honestly. The only thing I get, which I am forever thankful for, I gotta be honest, is the kick-ass donations that you guys do. Specifically Boston Jack. I always give him a shout. Even on this, you can see it right here. Boston Jack. All of 2024 was made possible by Boston Jack. Griffin, and it was like he's the only one, at least that I've seen, that's been really obvious to help out. I haven't checked the crypto wallets, to be honest, so there could be some other stuff in there, and for that I obviously really appreciate it. I gotta say, if you donate via XMR or Bitcoin or whatever, tell me about it so that I know, so I can give you a proper shout out. I'm thinking about just setting up Patreon to make this easy for you guys so that you can do all of it in one, because yeah, the way I currently have it set up is kind of janky. I honestly didn't expect anybody to ever listen to this or care about it, but there's a good 60 or 70 of you that tune in every month. That blew me away when I saw that number. And that's the reason that I'm doing these walkthroughs, by the way. I was like, wow, okay, people care. Anyways, all right. So what's the difference between Broadcastify or even just other, other channels kind of set up like this? I took the time to literally go through every single channel and identify what 900A means, which is precinct 900A, or precinct 900 on the A channel. I leave the technicals in right here, but people that are local that are trying to see where the hell this call is coming from want to see that it's coming from Cactus Park. They don't want to see some bullshit that says PPD, whatever the hell. They want to see that it's coming from Cactus Park or Maryvale or Australia or whatever. And so it's just little details like that that you can do yourself. You can fix this. And I'm going to show you how to right now. So in playlist editor, under aliases, we're going to look for one that's well, we're going to look for all of the ones that are the most common in, well, I guess any of these, and they're the PPDs, right? So right here, these are our main suspects. But so what did I do to figure out who these are? Well, digging, of course. What I'm always doing, figure out what this crap is. So here we're going to Google. Even though I don't know, let's try and keep it back there though. Phoenix police. Sure, map. I don't care. I just actually want the no, that doesn't work. I just want the list of them, but if they're gonna give me a map, great. And you'll see what I actually did with the maps in a second. Wow, where the hell is that? It's the middle of nowhere. I think maybe this helps. 1 North 5th Street. Sure. Whatever. About just North 5th Street. You can do that. About 85004. Wow, this just does not work at all. That's janky bullshit. Okay, cool. At least this one sort of works. I gotta say, my map is kicking everybody's ass right now. All right. This finally does give us some clarity. So the issue I have with this map, oh, it does actually tell you 900 if you click on each one. So, all right, not a bad place. I may have actually even used this to fill in the data on my SDRtrunk. I don't really recall. All I know is that, so going back to the aliases for 900A, we know for sure 900A is actually police, cactus park, and then just keep the technicals in, we keep it like that. We make that a listen. I think I changed all these to priority ones. I kept the color. No, I didn't. I changed the color to green. Hunter green. Icon. I made police. Saved it. I don't know why I just went to that thing, but it did. And then I did that for each and every one. Although, what the fuck? Why did that just go away? Let's just see what 900 brings us. Oh, okay. These are on B, C, and D. That makes sense. All right. So PPD A. Honestly, I think you could write. Nope. And then you just do it for each and every single one. It's kind of a bitch. Yeah. It takes a little time, but whatever. That's all you gotta do. Makes it look a hell of a lot nicer, and you know what the hell you're listening to. Let's see who else is being loud tonight. Looks like group 400 and 700. So let's figure out who those guys are real quick. 400, 700, probably down here. 800 Maryvale, South Mountain is 400. 400. The secret sauce that I'm giving away. As if it's all that secret. Anybody can figure out how to do this. What did I say? 700? Police. And I'm gonna guess 700 is Black Rock. Or Black Mountain, excuse me. No, it's not. 700 Mountain View. Okay, sure. You having a night tonight? Shout out to the Mountain View dispatch. I like the dispatchers. You actually kind of learn to recognize who they are as time goes by. Now I don't know if let's see, 800 I know for a fact is this. Yeah, you'll see. That is Australia. The fuck? Why can't I type fucking S? What the hell's wrong with my keyboard? The hell? I don't know what the hell that was. What's the rest of that jurisdiction? I always forget. Maryvale, Australia. Yeah, that's right. Maryvale. I always do this with 3 slashes because Levine gets left out. Even though everybody pretty much knows Levine's with Australia, I didn't when I moved over to this area, and yep, I'm a proud Levinian. But yeah, that should cover everybody. 500 and 600, they're usually pretty quiet. I don't actually recall ever hearing anything from them really. I didn't think we did 200, did we? Yeah, they're way up here. They're actually pretty loud. Police, black, that should do it. 500 and 600. Who is that? Desert Horizon? Yeah, I really don't recall any calls from Desert Horizon anytime recent. And then Central City, surprisingly, is super quiet. They come up every once in a while, don't get me wrong, but alright, so you want to get rid of all this bullshit of the radios registering with each other and all that? Simple stuff, fam. Get rid of all this. Turn registration on for ESN. Oops. You can even just turn registry. Oh no, you can't. You can only turn them on for your thingy. And so data calls are kind of interesting, but for the sake of this, we're going to keep it nice and clean. And now look at that. Police in Mountain View are talking. If I unmute them. And of course, 600 has to chime in right as I say it. They're always quiet.
You guys can go ahead and speak here.
Fine. Who's 600 again?
I copy. You just give me a second. I'll be please.
Alright. I mean, that pretty much takes care of everybody. I don't even know what this one is. It says police, miscellaneous. I never hear anything on it. But, yeah. I think that's because they don't talk on it. Anywho, so now you can see at the bottom in the alias lists, it's nice and clean. I mean, it says which precinct you're hearing from. There's a bunch of interesting stuff. And somebody was in chat. They said something. I really apologize. Damn. Crypto Tonight. Thanks for checking out. I'm sorry it took so long for me to recognize that your chat was actually chat. I thought it was disconnecting. Usually the stream chat disconnects frequently. So yeah. Anyways, what's up? If you're still on, hope you're enjoying stuff. Do you oh, AirSpy Network. Yeah, so AirSpy is really kick-ass. There's another one called, man, what is it? Air Angel, I want to say, or SDR Angel maybe. Really good stuff. I don't mind working around to that kind of stuff either, real quick. SDR Angel, if that still exists even. You're digging AirSpy, huh? Yeah, I'm noticing it wasn't that long. I think it actually did disconnect, and then I saw yours underneath it. AirSpy. Why am I thinking AirSpy cost money? Like, did it cost money to download this?
I copy for the 647. It is 197.
Maybe not. I think it actually might have been part of this, to be honest. SDRtrunk. I want to say there was a section in here to actually activate AirSpy. Maybe.
That all lost
Maybe
that.
I'm just an idiot. I don't see it. I did see. I saw something about it. Say up.
Just want to leave it.
I guess it's SDR play. I don't know. Whatever. Like, it's if you get comfortable with something like AirSpy or like the only reason I'm using SDRtrunk specifically is because it can trunk at P25.
34, John.
I don't know, can AirSpy do P25? By the way, if you want to call that phone number at the bottom and just chill on the air for a little bit, you're more than welcome. I totally understand also if you're not about that.
So 90,
But if you want to just rapidly
201,
hit up that
29th
phone
Street.
number, I'll make sure that it actually
It's
answers.
the Peppa Jonathan, born in 76, white male, 5'11", 190 pounds, unknown weapons, dangerous weapon, others. Taking to UPC. 12 months out, 7th Ave. 438 News Box.
But yeah, AirSpy then sounds like a really great natively. Oh, so it's modular. Interesting. Well,
Wait on this and do it in normal business hour, or are you needing to transport him at
I guess it means
4:30 in the morning?
fuck it. Why not? SDR Angel. SDR Angel was always amazing to me. Just the
supervisors
stuff
are
it
approved.
can do. Are you using RTL-sdrs, by the way? Like the $20 dongle setup, or do you got something more elaborate?
Okay.
And you got any tips for people that are like brand new to this? I think that would be a good, interesting thing to ask you.
Everyone gives somebody to call in 34 to perform.
Hey, buddy, how's it going? Can you hear me? Yeah, dude, how's it going?
There you go. Oh, it keeps trying to hook up to my headphones. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Not too bad.
Nice. Yeah, I appreciate you calling, man. So that's crypto tonight, right?
Huh?
Crypto tonight, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for checking it out.
696
So how's
copy
your
of message for you
experience
and
been with
23 King.
Air?
Let's go down
It's
92
AirSpy, right?
North 19th Avenue, units 265.
Yeah.
Single
I've
mail
got
and
some
101 in a
AirSpy
verbal
with- I've only been
description
doing it
from
for a
going
day
into
or two.
Oh, okay. So you,
Software SDR Sharp. I don't know if it's like an AirSpy version of SDR Sharp or what.
yeah, I noticed.
But it's a really simple one that doesn't have any decoding built into it or anything.
90.
Really?
Number 53
Okay.
West.
But it's got like a one little button you can hit that shows a map of all these people that have their SDRs available to log into and just kind of putz around in their space.
Really? Oh, that
712
sounds
King
super
for traffic.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can.
Yeah,
Basically, it's like a shared
I haven't bought
network.
an SDR yet.
Faster, 65
That's
Lincoln
cool.
Drive, Starbucks.
Version
Perfect sleeping in the
So wait a
patio
second.
area.
Do
No
you
description
actually
due
have
to being completely covered with
like a
the plain bed.
receiver, or are you actually
Thank you,
using
sir,
other
for your
people's
contact.
stuff
The manager, it's
I'm
441,
just using
unit
other
12.
people's at this
now?
point.
Wow, that's actually really cool. I didn't even know you could do that. I kind of was
Yeah.
thinking about that idea. I'm like, wow, that would be pretty sweet if somebody were to do that. And it turns out they have, so that's cool. Thanks for.
AirSpy has spy servers, I think is their protocol. And then of course there's the SDR TCP versions you can get of the RTL-SDRs.
That's awesome.
97, 29, 31 North
they have
8th Street.
products like AirSpy, HF Discovery, dual port, etc. You didn't need to do any of that in order to hear anything, huh?
I'm having a hard time understanding what you're like. The quality isn't that great.
Yeah, I apologize. It's
I can log into that Discord server.
The thing is, I don't actually have the audio turned on, so this hopefully is
That sounds a
better.
little better.
Yeah, I'm talking closer to it, but yeah, so
This is 100.
yeah, it actually seems like on the, I don't know if you're looking at the screen too, but the AirSpy,
I'm mobile, so if I'm calling, I can't watch a video.
right, no worries, I figured, but it looks like on the website you get presented with a huge list on the left side, and then at least for online SDR, if you click that, and then it says either busy or not. This one says ready, and then I'm guessing if I had the SDR software installed, I would just click it, and it would let me listen to this person who apparently is in France, it looks like, or Germany. That's wild.
Yeah, in the SDR Sharp program, you just hit the little button, it pops up a map that I guess is just that list on maps, and you click the green little dots. The yellow ones were a server that was there but is no longer connected, and the red ones are busy because only like one person can connect to it at a time.
That sounds awesome though. And so what do you? I'm trying to think. What would you actually need to? Like if I click SDR sharp right now, I'm guessing it'll mess with SDRtrunk, but you know what? We're gonna mess with that since we're already done. Let me just close this out really quick. And let's check out what else this could do. Yeah, the police frequencies and stuff are super useful, but
Yeah.
there's totally way more stuff you could do besides that.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, did you?
Yeah, I just went to AirSpy, then download, and then download the software-defined radio package, that first one there.
Yeah, it's making me download like .NET executables and everything, so I gotta do that really quick. But those are usually pretty easy. Have you tried? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. You don't have a dongle or whatever yet. I will say,
No.
yeah, the new elect ones that I kind of have in the description, those are great. But you can get any one. I mean, there's some that are. You could probably actually find it like Goodwill or whatever. You could find interesting electronics at Goodwill, honestly. And
Oh yeah.
I would it down. All right, let's see if this will work. Okay, so yeah, AirSpy is the one that did sell. They have their own little dongle that they sell, but it sounds like they might have finally opened it up because they have rtl-sdr listed, which is in the end what I'm using. So that's kind of cool. I find it so odd.
It'll list like what the frequency range of the receiver is when you hover over the little spot on the map.
Oh, okay, nice. It actually it's a semi small amount of people sharing currently. I gotta assume this is somewhat new because I'd never heard of it before. It seems badass. This is a really great idea. I think when people finally start understanding that this exists, even it's gonna just blow up. It almost looks like Europe has a ton more. But seeing one in China is really interesting to me. I'm gonna click on that one right now. Oh, it's in Korea.
Stuff for number stations and
oh yeah,
stuff.
Hell yeah! Number stations are really kick-ass. Have you found any so far? Really nice. Anything interesting or is it?
Not really interesting. Most of them are data streams now. Like TP8 or whatever that is. Most of them, like 90% of them, are Russian.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But they still broadcast on some frequencies in the U.S. I haven't
caught one. I've only really been futzing around for like the last couple days. I haven't caught a audible number station. They've all been data streams.
Oh, you mean like actual data streams? I thought you meant they were calling out like hex at first, but that makes more sense. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can listen to 103 FM. Apparently, no device available. Well, that'll do it. Let's see. AirSpy Mini. I'm trying to get it to work with my hardware really quick if I can, but if not, oh well, no big deal. I gotta say, I'm pretty sure it will work. RTLS. Yeah, there it is. Let's try it. Device. Sure, it's blank. Whatever. Oh, jeez.
I can't watch the video now. I'm gonna hear my.
No, it's no good. It's no worries. It's not. We're not really getting anywhere with it, just because the rtl-sdr is it's not detecting it for whatever reason. I probably actually have to install the driver. But
Yeah.
interesting stuff. That's super cool. I had no idea that you can contribute to a big, like, global thing. That kicks ass. If you are planning on getting the dongle or whatever, like a hack RF even, um,
Yeah.
yeah, I
I was
mean,
looking at the H4M.
what's that?
Oh, this is I'll put a link in the chat. It's really cool. It's like a hack RF mod. One of the Mayhem
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mayhem.
packages.
Yeah. Is that from Rabbit Labs, I think, probably? Yeah.
No, it's from open source SDR lab.
Huh. Okay. Let's see. Is it
And
just
it's
called?
like it starts at 152, so it's not even like an expensive
Yeah.
HF1.
Yeah, they try and keep it to be the cheapest as possible. And I absolutely encourage people to get the Mayhem packs. They really do kick ass. I think I might actually have an extra one right here. I should like raffle it
Why
out or
is the
something.
Great Scott version like $300 something?
Good question. I actually don't know. I I want to say they established who they are and were kind
Yeah.
of gouging people, maybe. That's kind of a shitty thing for me to say without confirming it because I'm not positive, but
Yeah.
I also did buy one
course,
from
yeah.
them at some point and possibly paid a lot more than I should have. But
Mm.
yeah, I actually haven't seen open source SDRlab.com, so I'm gonna save that in my bookmarks. But yeah, 152, that's a solid price. It's got a custom
Yeah.
thing and everything. That's awesome. Comes with the antennas. Those are a good antenna set. Oh yeah. Did you say you did order it or are you going to?
That's the one I'm looking at getting. Yeah.
I would I mean so the thing is, I think aside from this having a linear amplifier and a few other things that are not so common in for various reasons, we'll say. Other than that, you can just flash it with the Mayhem firmware, but it's just a bitch to do, right? So I I would say if you can get it for 152 especially, yeah, go for that. The Mayhem version though, I'm positive is the one that comes with that linear amplifier. But you got to be careful with it because if you don't, like, that's I was goofing around kind of saying, well, you can't disconnect an antenna without having a load on it or whatever, which is true, especially for transmit. And yeah, you can
Right.
mess your stuff up, but for receive only, I don't even think it's possible to mess your stuff up. So I may have fallen off a few times towards the beginning of this, but it went relatively smooth. I wish I could get this to run, but it's not for so I do see other like Rabbit Labs actually is selling it the exact same thing for 198 to 214. So I guess for everybody out there kind of watching this, be careful who you order it from because you're going to get the exact same thing. You're just going to pay more.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cool, man. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get that like real soon, or you're just finding out about it? Not finding out about it, but you know what I mean?
Just kind of looking into it. I have a bad habit of picking up hobbies.
Yeah. What do they call that? Like beer syndrome or something?
I haven't finished doing what I'm doing with my current hobby yet, so
sounds like ADD, my friend. So welcome to the club. That's yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. It's a they call it gas or gear acquiring syndrome or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And
like
it's a thing.
Time last year it was 3D printing.
Oh yeah? How did you like it though?
Yeah. And then mycology is like my current hobby.
Nice. That's cool. Those are all cool hobbies though, and they never look bad on a resume. I mean, well, some of them might, but
well, I'm also an audio engineer.
Yeah, is that
professionally? Yeah, I'm a front of house engineer.
Are you in the Phoenix area, or are you somewhere else?
Do what?
Are you in the Phoenix area or somewhere else?
No, I'm in Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, nice. Are you at like a studio then, or
I'm
I
at a
don't want to
venue,
get.
like a 300 cap venue. I'm do live sound.
Oh, nice. That must be challenging depending on the venue.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Acoustics are, especially live acoustics, man. Depending on what the band or act wants, I can only imagine the difficulties on that. But sounds good, man. Well, don't be a stranger. This was a
Yeah,
good
man.
conversation. You turned me on to quite a few things that I didn't even know were existed. So that shows you how quick it changes,
Same.
right? I
Yeah.
appreciate it, buddy. Hopefully
And
you have
subscribe.
right on. Appreciate it. Have a good night. We'll chat another time.
You too.
All right. Peace.
Absolutely. Later.
Later. All right, that was awesome. I appreciate the call, man. And same goes for anybody that's watching these. Obviously, there's not a huge draw, especially at like 4:30, 4:50 a.m. But if I happen to do these during the day, always feel free to call in. I'm down to switch the topic and do whatever. I'm just gonna give these guys a free plug, obviously, because they have the lowest price stuff I've ever seen. One thing you do kind of want to watch out for is there are Chinese knockoffs of these that you can find on Alibaba, and sometimes they make their way into companies like this, but they look pretty reputable. I mean, I don't see any reason to believe that they would be selling bullshit. So pick it up. Open source SDRlab.com. I'll link them in the description as well. But yeah, safe to say, even with the, here, I'm gonna just pull it. Even with the little dongle that I'm using, um, frequency ranges, you probably can't see too well, but now you can. Frequency ranges on this guy, the New Elect rtl-sdr version 5 is 20 megahertz to 1.7 gigahertz. Obviously, the center frequency is where it picks things up the best, which is ironically where the police typically hang out. Also, cell phones and other things that you should definitely never try and decode because that is illegal. If you get a hack RF, though, hack RFs can actually transmit and receive, but you definitely don't want to use line item number 7 to create your own base station. Or maybe you do. It's up to you. I'm not saying anything either way. It is very fun creating your own cell phone network, though. And that's about all I have to say on that. It's actually not illegal to do. A lot of people get freaked out and they're like, oh my god, it's illegal. That's actually really not. If you have it set to a low enough output, energy output, you can do it. But if you amp it up to a couple watts or kilowatts, is take over a network or a neighborhood, that is, excuse me, you might attract some attention that you don't want. But there are geeks everywhere that triangulate at all times, and they look for rogue frequencies, and these people will call the police, aka the FCC, on you, who I've heard, as long as you just don't answer the door, they just leave a nasty gram. And then if you keep doing it, you're fucked. So that is your lesson for the night on law. Of course, I am not an attorney at law. I am only an attorney at law. And that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this long form version of setting up the SDRtrunk software. I'm going to condense this down to usable bytes and get it posted up on the site to highlight part 1. And that's about that. So I'm going to do one quick thing. I'm going to make this go part 1 now so that I don't forget it. Redirect. No. What the fuck? Why isn't it there? guess I gotta type the whole URL. Sweet. That's annoying. Hey, good night, Crypto. I appreciate the call again. That was awesome. Very much appreciated. And yeah, I'm about to wrap up anyways. So wow, that was really giving me a hard time. I guess I have to fix it in post. We'll do it live. No, wait, we won't. We'll do it in post apparently. What the fuck? Won't this let me? Alright, fuck it. It's just gonna go to the just gonna go to the live stream apparently for now. Hope you guys had fun. Enjoy. We'll talk to you next time. Peace. Here's how you shut the stream off. Who the fuck is it? Never mind, I can't find it. End stream. Bye bye.